There we go. So some of you know I've been looking into older laptops like the ThinkPads and found it interesting on what you could do with different ones. So I bought a t410s on eBay. Here it is. Alright. And there's a problem. Not so much a hardware problem, but a non-existent bit of hardware. T410s came in a number of flavors, and some of those were Intel HD graphics, obviously by default because it's part of the i5 CPU, and optional nvidia graphics as well, a dedicated card, which I thought might be handy. Do some things to this machine, utilize the graphics, and replace it with a machine behind me. Some animations without losing any frames on, because the machine behind me, there's enough memory on there, but there's no dedicated graphics card, and it's an i5. So there's two ways: save money for an external graphics card, but that means more external power to the unit, to the unit for the external power. Um, and it's kind of messy, clunky. Why not have it all in one system? T410s, highly upgradable in terms of change a screen. I'm going to change a screen on it. I'm going to keep it. There's no point sending it back. But I was told the guy on, because I received it, and great, opened it up. Windows 10 on there. There's Windows 7 on there at the moment, just so I could quickly directly look at device manager. It wasn't showing, as you can see. Hopefully you can see that. So it should say, and that's a bit blurry there, but it should say Intel HD graphics, and underneath that it should say nvidia, and there was a number of different model types in these as well, the nvidia graphics. So it's not there. So, with a headache of Windows 10, I've only ever used it once before and got sick of it. Surprised it actually ran at all on a 4GB system. I upgraded this now to 8 because I had some memory cards lying around. Still have. Despite there not being any think that I could find to take it to 16GB. There's no information on that. It still might be possible with you flash a BIOS, upgrade the BIOS, and then change some voltage settings. Got to be very careful of that. So a T410s, in theory, I don't know if there's anything information on anyone who's done it. In theory, it could be done, but it might not. It's possible that it might not be possible. So I to and fro information to him. Said, I mean, the BIOS version on there is so primitive. It's just a bog standard pick your boot device. That's it, really. That's about it. And tells you what which version of BIOS it is, gives you some information on how much memory there all is and that. it's just giving you information more than your ability to set anything. But as you know, X220. I flashed the BIOS on that one. Brilliant machine, X220. I recommend it for anyone who wants a portable laptop to take with them that is still very capable, particularly if you do the number of things that I've done to it, and you keep the cost under anything that you would end up paying for a modern laptop to do the same, and it's more sturdy. Not even afraid to drop it. It's still be in one piece in most cases. And if you did crack a screen accidentally, no problem. It's replaceable, right? And this one came shipped with a resolution in its screen that is different to what it has now, because I changed that. And the other qualities, contrast and all that to the screen is there. Good screen. Linux Pop OS utilizes that in its settings. Really sharp, clear, nice images on a 10-year-old laptop. So, great. I like to play with. Now you can see why I like to play with these things, and it keeps the cost under anything. I can't afford a modern day brand new laptop to take with me everywhere, and if I did, I'd be afraid to take it with me because they're so damn flimsy, super thin, and we all know who to blame, right, for fashionable laptops, right? So he did reply, thankfully, a timely reply. I'll give him credit for that. But I really feel like Charles' some money off. I've messaged him. He asked for, is there anything in the BIOS settings? No, not really. Anything in the device manager? No. I've told him I tried other earlier versions of Windows still, just to see if it would find the hardware. It's not finding it because it's not there. Now he's replied actually, right, please look in BIOS under config, send photo here. Okay, I'm going to do that right now. Alright, I think fingers crossed. Need to properly restart that. Now this machine does have a mobile phone network chip installed. I can replace that with an SATA hard drive. Actually, it has a very unusual size to hard drive already installed, a form factor I've never seen before. It's smaller in size to the typical ones like these that come with laptops anyway. Even to modern ones today, these are config, display, right, display, config, right, I'm going to send him some photos. I know it's not there. I really am convinced it's not there, actually. No. I mean, the BIOS is so primitive. It's like 1.41 BIOS version, or it's a I don't know, any 2000. It's old. Maybe 12 years, 10. But actually, it's reworkable. Actually, you know. I'm just disappointed that there's no display, memory, CPU, Intel, display, LCD. ThinkPad LCD is a display. So yeah, just going through the menus. It doesn't give me any. What's that? PCI. I don't know what that is. PCI devices can use hardware interrupt. Yeah, okay. PCI card slot network. Yeah. Power. Adaptive CD-ROM. Power on with AC attached. No. Let me. Oh. So now I'm gonna send him config. He's talking like he's an expert. He should have known. You know, it's quite annoying actually. He should have known. Let me try, and I just want to screen cap this. Screen. Bear with me. This is this is a video blog on the fly. The rough and tumble for the EM network channel. Selection, screen shots, save that. What I'm going to do is choose that. Let me see. Activities, screenshots. So bear with me. I'll be back on camera in a minute, and take screenshots. So I've asked him, can I have some money off? And that's display, ThinkPad LCD, option in the menu as you saw there. Select it says on the right hand menu, right hand description, you know how the BIOS is if you've ever entered it. Get a description on the left and your option on the description on the right and your options on the left. Select the video device for boot. ThinkPad digital on ThinkPad is display port. It's to it just there's nothing that says nvidia hardware, which it should actually if it was with it. So it's not. The hardware isn't there. Or another possibility, trying to be charitable here, is it didn't. It's failed. It's old hardware that's failed, maybe, and it's not registering it even in the BIOS. But that's unlikely. If hardware failed a little bit or something wrong with it, it'd probably still be read into the BIOS, but you might get the actual name of the device change and get some garbled name because it's not communicating right, but it's something there anyway. So I'm going to reply back again. This is to and fro. Timely responses. I do appreciate timely responses. So I'm going to click send message. Attach photos. Okay, select an image. So I'm going to select those two images that I just took. So showing what I get from config. Just to confirm, fair enough. Okay, these are the two images from BIOS menu. Nothing in config for any dedicated graphics at all. Just LCD description when I click display. Nothing on the other options either. So replying excuse me, replying back with the images. Okay, these are the two images from BIOS menu. Nothing in config for any dedicated graphics card graphics at all. I know my typing's terrible. I need a grammar check. At all. Just LCD description when I click display. Nothing on the other options either. I know at this point I know there's no way that it has nvidia on the machine. This is where you've got to be careful, because the laptop firms out there are not they're not well known for giving clear descriptions of the different versions. Like, X220, some people might have bought one back in the day expecting it to have a webcam, because some of them did, some of them didn't. And the seller, the retailer, or whatever, normally gives a proper description, but mistakes can happen, and the hardware manufacturers give you all these details, and a model and all that, but they don't really, it's there, it's always there in the description, it is there, but it's just like, you gotta look sometimes. Like, for instance, X220 came with or without a webcam. It came with 8 GB. Some might have come with 16. It also came with an i5. Some of them came with an i3. Some of them came with an i7. So and some came with so much hard drive space. Others smaller hard drive space. But it's still an X220. So you get how confusing it could be, right? I mean, all those, apart from the main board, it's an X220, right? But it's all modular. And, you could have a backlit keyboard on the X220 if you wanted to, but, So I just grammar corrected myself here, because, it's not his first language, English, but he does well by the looks of things, because Windows 10 was all in German. I was learning German, and it really looks like German wouldn't be that hard to learn, actually. There's some very close similarities with extra bits in the word, but you could take the right letters out of the word and create the English version. Okay, this is what I corrected it. These are the two images from the BIOS. I put the in there. The menu gives nothing in config for any dedicated graphics at all. Just LCD's description when I click display. Nothing on the other options either. I'm going to send that. Oops. Click send message. There we go. Sent. So I sent him the message. If I can get some money off, I'll put it towards a external graphics. Because what happens now if I'm interested in a t410s because again it's even more. You could change the actual CPU. It's a socketed CPU in a laptop. It can go to 16 gigabyte. So if I bought one fairly cheap i3, i5. Okay, it's beeping because the battery's low on that one. Turn that off. So you get the idea. I'm just doing these things to learn a bit, and the idea, the main buy-in point for this was graphics card, dedicated graphics, and everything else is optional. I could build around that, upgrade memory, put an SSD in there, SATA card in there, change the screen, and I think this is a socketed CPU as well. They even change CPU, but i5 is okay for some basic things I want to do. i7 in an X220 without dedicated graphics card, you'd be surprised what it's capable of. It's a running Thief actually on this, on the one I'm using now and talking to you through. It's pretty good. Well, you can get fairly hot trying that. Again, there's something else. I might swap out the cooling fan, because I have a spare part for that. Here somewhere. It's here somewhere. I forget where. Say the fan, the connectors, and the heatsink all attached, all in one unit. So yeah, peace out. Thank you very much for watching. And it's just giving you some information. Just hey, what's going on with Exploratory Minds today, or EMP, or you can call me Jack if you want to. Just putting that out there. So to and fro, I'll do another video on what came of this, and if I get any money back, we'll see. It's up to him, as I guess. You know, there's no way I'm not going to send it back, and I definitely have some money off them. Yeah. Peace. Take care. And I look forward to doing that next video. Cheers. Bye.